It's from Turner Publishing. Jane joins us from home base in Atlanta. And before we even ask about the book, Braves, Cardinals, you'll be there tomorrow night, we trust.
No, actually not tomorrow.
You won't be at the game tomorrow?
No.
Jane!
We're going to the premiere of a New Line film.
Long Kiss Goodnight. I'm in that movie.
Yeah.
All right, when I come on the screen, Jane, I'm the last scene. Jump up and scream.
I will, I promise you, yeah.
But you'll be
Believe
checking
me,
on the ball game through the whole movie, right?
Ted's got it all worked out. We're going to have some kind of gizmo that's going to keep us right up to date on the score.
Are you going to try to be at every other game?
Oh, yeah. We're going to St. Louis, and then we'll see after that.
Maybe the World Series, maybe New York, Jane.
That's right. That would be fun.
Or maybe Baltimore. You'll be right next to us.
That would be fun, too.
One other thing before we talk about the book. Why do you think we are so fascinated with royalty?
I don't know, because I'm not.
I'm not either, but why do you think the public is for some reason?
I don't know. I guess because it's something about longevity, something about tradition and ritual. I kind of am partial to the Irish myself, so I'm not a good person to talk to about it.
All right, now tell me about cooking for healthy living. 120 low-fat recipes.
Right.
Are you a low-fat eater yourself?
Well, I try to be, yeah.
Tell me how these recipes came about. Are they your own? Are they compiled from others?
Well, a good portion of them are recipes from the Karen who you know, who cooks for us and our friends and family in Montana, and I worked with her to develop them for this book, and then another woman, Robin Teta, who developed the other ones, and we used Ted as a guinea pig, and our friends, and they're really good. It's already hit the bestseller list, and everybody who's already bought it, I can't believe how many people have already bought it because it just came out. Tell me how good it is.
Well, when a cooking book hits, you know, they're the biggest selling books of all, I guess, our cooking books. The key to this one is they taste good.
Yeah, they do. They taste. See, I don't know how to cook really. I mean,
I know.
You read the beginning of the book.
Bring it in made, please.
Yeah, I mean, I have to learn to cook when I was married to a Frenchman, and this is not the best situation to learn to cook in. I almost killed him, and he subsequently became a really good cook, I think, so he'd never have to be vulnerable to a wife like me. And I have cooked. My daughter is a survivor of my cooking, and which proves she's very resilient. I actually like to cook, but see, I never grew up in a kitchen. Kitchens were not friendly places for me, nor was the dining room table, in fact. And so I've always, I've yearned for family meals, sitting around the table, eating being a pleasant ritual. And but when I do cook, I have my nose in a cookbook, and so I know exactly what I want out of a cookbook. I especially want pictures of every single recipe that I'm doing, and I just put a cookbook together that's the kind that I would like. And what I'm so pleased about is that everybody tells me that it's really user-friendly. You know, I don't like to get halfway through a recipe and discover that what I'm going to need I can't get at a local market or something like that. So it's not just recipes, it's whole meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So
anyone, no matter where you're living, can buy the things, though, the items that go in to cook that's in this book.
That's right. And it's really neat. I'm very proud of it. I'll never do another one. But see, I've written, I think I've written 3 books, and they all, well, one of them was about women getting older. That was a really good book. And all of them had something about food and nutrition and the role that plays in overall fitness, but it mostly concentrated on exercise and fitness. And so this one concentrates more on food, but there's also stuff about exercise and the whole kit and caboodle.
And your father, didn't Henry love gardening? Didn't you eat a lot of vegetables right out of the garden? Right.
I grew up during the Second World War, and we lived in what was then actually hills, the Santa Monica Hills, and people were planting victory gardens, and ours was almost a commercial undertaking. It was really very big. He had trees, and he had vegetables, and I grew up I know what asparagus looks like when it comes up, and artichokes, and I used to pick the carrots, and I just like eating things right out of the ground. So that's really where I developed a a liking for fresh produce, which my daughter has inherited. She's a gardener, too. But my dad was a good cook.
We'll be right back with the lovely Jane Fonda, hit books, hit videos, and now, already on the bestseller list, Cooking for Healthy Living from Turner Publishing. If you'd like to talk to Jane Fonda, we'll be taking phone calls for Jane as well. Tomorrow night, again, we'll be on late because of the vice presidential debate. Don't go away. We're back with Jane Fonda. She's at our studios in Atlanta. She's been quoted as saying that you're alarmed by America's growing problem with obesity. How bad is this, do you think?
It's worse than it was when I started doing the videotapes, which is pretty disturbing. And the report from the American College of Sports Medicine came out about 2 years ago. And, you know, all of us were trying to figure out, well, why is this, that there's more people exercising and yet Americans, especially young Americans, which is really scary, are getting less fit. So I figured, well, one of the things is that exercise needs to be easier and shorter because everybody's real busy, and that's why the tapes that I've been doing, the personal trainer series, are real short, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the recipes in the book are 20 minutes.
And what do you make of this? Last night we did a show on Redux, that new pill that people are taking that has quick weight loss for obese people.
Well, I haven't heard a lot about it, but I have heard from a couple of people whose doctors said under no circumstances that it can cause, you know, heart problems.
When you eat now, are you into someone, how many grains is this? Does this book tell us grains and fat and calorie count?
Yeah. Yeah, it does tell us. But I know the stuff so well that I don't really need to, you know, pick it apart and all that, and it's kind of boring anyway. So, you know, I just sort of, I eat healthy, I eat appropriate amounts, and it's more fun.
When you say Ted was the guinea pig, did he eat most of these things?
You know, when you're putting together a cookbook, there's a whole lot of the recipes you know and love, and then there's a lot of recipes that are being run by you. Every recipe in this book we've tried, and there's a lot that didn't end up in this book. Ted said, listen, if I'm going to be the guinea pig, I want a percentage of the book. And I said, no. So I didn't feed him anymore of the recipes. Now, he's had these, and these are good, and some of his favorite ones are in here.
All right, give me an example of what we might have as a good, low-fat breakfast thing.
Oh, there's a whole array. There's the one that we eat the most, and everybody comments on it, is this coffee cake. It's a low-fat, absolutely delicious coffee cake that you can put any kind of fruit in, and it just tastes great. And also, there's pancakes, my favorite, which is Irish oatmeal. You eaten with us? You know what it's like.
I've eaten your coffee cake. It's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can attest to that. What's your favorite diet lunch? You make some great salads.
Pasta. I can eat pasta all the time. I eat pasta for lunch. I eat pasta for dinner. There's some good salads, and really, soup is a good thing to eat at lunch because you eat it slowly, so you digest it slowly, enters your bloodstream, gives you energy that's sustainable over the afternoon. You know, the problem is if you eat too much sugars or fruit at lunch, the energy goes up and then you crash, like most people do about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you start with the munchies.
Do you have munchies in the book?
I have munchies in the book. I do.
What's a good munchie?
You want to know what I like baked potatoes. I carry baked potatoes around with me. But I carry...
You what, Jane?
Baked potatoes. I eat them room temperature. I just carry them with me. They're so good.
Wait a minute. You carry around a baked potato. Well, tomorrow night you might be at the movie and you open up your purse and take out a baked potato and eat it.
No, if I'm in the movie, I'll probably eat air pop popcorn that I bring with me. Something like that.
Why potatoes?
Well, they're like all complex carbohydrates, they're slow to digest, so that the energy that you get from them is spread out. It's like, you know, when you take a pill that's got the time release, it's more of like a time release kind of energy. Mm-hmm. And it has, you've heard of Prozac? Prozac is about putting more serotonin in the body, which is a chemical that signals to your brain that you're feeling kind of good and mellow.
Yeah, right.
Well, things like bread and potatoes and pasta have serotonin in them. They make you feel good and more satisfied.
What's one of your favorite dinners?
Well, you know that, Larry. I guess it used to be barbecued bison tenderloin, but then we discovered osso buco, and that's bison osso buco. And I give the directions how to get bison in here. Bison has less fat and cholesterol than chicken. I can tell you're really fascinated talking about food.
No, I can tell you another thing.
You look about as bored.
I'm not bored. Hey, this is my life.
Yeah,
I remember
right.
driving around bison with you. We drove around at night watching bison come up to the Range Rover.
That's right. It was night, and all the eyes were lit up like a thousand
little
pumpkins.
blue things. And I'm going back there next spring, and you're going to prepare meals for me, and you're going to get me to ride a horse.
I want to tell
you
something. Audience, I just want to tell you, seeing this man in Montana, it's like, what's wrong with this picture? He got on a horse with the hat and the whole thing, just long enough for us to take a picture. The horse took one step. He was out of there. He was off the horse.
And then in New Mexico, I fell off a bike.
And we saw more stuff. We saw a bear with you. We saw, remember the eagle carrying the rabbit?
An eagle carrying a rabbit.
You could see the white of its eyes. It was so heavy. It was
And then in New Mexico, I fell off a bike, and you walked me through swamps.
And you said, I don't do swamps. I'm from the Bronx. I don't do swamps.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. God.
Jane.
Brooklyn doesn't do swamps.
We'll be back with our remaining moments with Miss Fonda, whose book is Cooking for Healthy Living, right after this.
You know, we're here for the next 5 years. Thank you. That's it. No changes, no nothing. They can't kick you out. They can't fire you. You're locked in the job.
She's going to see what I hear is true. I haven't seen it, but it's supposed to be terrific, this Long Kiss Goodnight tomorrow night.
Right.
But you told me you like what? Spitfire Grill.
Last night, Ted and I went to see Spitfire Grill. Oh, it was fabulous.
And I saw yesterday Looking for Richard, Al Pacino. You will love it.
Well, I'll see it.
Not like it, love it.
You know another good one? Secrets and Lies.
Didn't see it. Yeah?
One that won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. Yeah, really good.
Let's get a call in Boulder, Colorado for Miss Fonda, two-time Academy Award winner, we might add. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello there. Hi, Larry.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Fonda.
Hi there.
I have a question. Do you talk at all in your book about organically grown food? And do you feel that this type of food is good for our nutrition and our health?
I absolutely do. I talk quite a bit about it, about the importance of trying to find where in your area organic food is sold. There's been a big increase in the number of people buying organic, which means the price is coming down and there's more market for the organic farmers. Why is it important? Because you're not getting the pesticides and the herbicides, because it's better for the land and it's better for the human body. Another thing that's real important is buying local and seasonally, because food that's flown from other countries often have dangerous pesticides that are outlawed in this country. Besides, why waste all that gas bringing food from somewhere else? It's like bringing Evian water from France. There's a lot of good water in the United States. Eat local.
Eat local, I love that.
Yeah.
Couple other things. Are you happy with the ongoing merger of Time Warner and Turner?
If Ted's happy, I'm happy. What do I know about mergers? I mean, you know, I just...
But you were there at the beginning of that, weren't you? When Mr. Levin came with the idea to Ted and the whole thing, you were present, were you not?
Yes, I was, and I think that it's probably going to be just fine, and everybody seems very happy, and Ted's a good team player, and... but, you know, he's also someone that started a company from the very, you know, beginning, and I think that's hard. It's hard. It's a hard transition on a human level.
How's married life?
It's great.
Okay, you can't wipe the smile off your face.
Except I'm not with him, and I miss him, and maybe he's watching tonight. Hi, honey.
Where is he?
He's in New York.
And by the way, ever think of going back and doing a film?
Mm-mm.
Do you get scripts?
Every now and then, really good offers, too, but I don't even miss it. I'm too busy, having too much fun.
Let's
doing
get another
too much good.
Another call in quickly. Brunswick, Maine. Hello.
Hello, Jane.
Hi there.
Hi. I have a bad back, and walking seems to be the best exercise for me, and I use all of your walking tapes religiously. And I was wondering if you're going to be coming out with any new ones.
No.
No, you've done every tape there is in the world.
At least I don't think so, and I'm glad you said that, because the walking tapes have become very, very, very popular, and they are very good for your back. Somebody's giving you really good advice, or else you're really smart on your own.
Are you still doing your yoga?
Yes, I am. Makes me feel good. Real good.
So is this the end of books and tapes? Is this it? Is
I don't
another
know.
career ending, Fonda?
I don't know. Maybe it's about instead of work out, it's work in. That's what yoga's about. It's a work-in. You know, at a certain point in life, I started thinking, I don't know, maybe I should start working on the inside as well as the outside. And so that's what I've started to do.
And that's what yoga is, work on the
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, it's a working in.
So it's good diet, isn't it? Good
So
diet
it's
is
oh,
working in.
absolutely. They all go together. That's why I wrote the book. It's part of the whole complete package about fitness and health, and it's why it's called Cooking for Healthy Living.
Jane,
part of the
great,
whole package.
Great seeing you.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy the movie tomorrow night.
I hope so, too. I'll be looking for you, and I'll
Remember,
stand
when
up and cheer when you
I
come
on the screen, you jump up and you say something like, "The man is great."
That's my guy. That's
Yes.
the king.
That'll be good for me.
All right. It's long kiss goodnight, right?
Right.
Okay.
Jane, it's your movie. It's New Line. You own the company. Well, you're part owner.
It's a good company.
Thanks, Jane.
Good to see you, Larry.
Good seeing you. See you at the Fulton County Stadium.
I hope so.
Jane Fonda, the book is Cooking for Healthy Living. It's from Turner.